Okay, let's test this. Okay, let's test this. That's not bad at all. Excuse the slight cold. Okay. Dude, it's been so long since I played this game. It's such a good game. I feel bad for not doing it more. Alright, first things first. I want to change the soundtrack to the Devil May Cry 3 soundtrack. Because, just feeling nostalgic, you know? So is there a way we can do that? I think it's gotta be. Let's see. Is this it? Hold on. Let's listen. I'm actually thinking Devil May Cry 4 right now. The one that I actually want to hear. Or second chance. Yeah, that's a good one. Yep. Judgment Night. Damn, bam. Okay, but I think I was actually thinking of this, though. I think this is actually what I want to hear. Down, bam. The time has come, and so have I. Your last breath as you deal to die, or whatever. What else we got? Oh, this new soundtrack's pretty banging, though. I knew the second I heard it, I wasn't gonna want to change it. Yeah. Let's hear a little more Devil May Cry 3 real quick. Yeah. That's pretty good. Man. Part of me just wants to play Devil May Cry 3, but come on, 5's the shit right now. Alright, we're setting this. Let's do Nero. I kind of just want to play as Dante today, though, to be honest with you. Let's see what this sounds like. Nah. Damn. Old school. Ooh, I need to put Devil May Cry on something, though. Is it blasphemy? Put the time has come on Dante? Is that, like, not okay? Because I want to hear this, but I want to play Dante. I'm actually kind of, like, not as good with Dante as I should be. I want to play some V today, too. Hold on. What's V soundtrack? Crimson Cloud? I mean, it's good. It's not as good as Devil Trigger, I mean, come on. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing. Alright, we're putting in some V. I want to play a little V and a little Dante today. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright, let's go for it. Probably not going to do anything too hard. It's not going to be playing that long anyway. So probably no Dante Must Die, I don't think. Especially because I'm really rusty. Son of Sparta sounds nice. Should just a Son of Sparta. I mean, 3 warriors is just the way to go, right? I've only played it as Dante so far, apparently. On the Son of Sparta. Should I play as Nero to warm up? Nah, we're playing as Dante. Come on. We're playing as Dante. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go. Ooh, I got the alternate outfits on. I mean, that's a good outfit for lady. Come on. Oh, did I really just use the one, the infamous? Like, okay. I chose the best cutscene in the game to do this, too.
Well, looks like no one's worse for wear. I'm just gonna double check.
Lady is the best looking character in this game. I really want to play as Lady.
Where'd that garbage god go? What is Urizen after?
He's at the top of the Qliphoth.
It's the other way around, Dante. This is the lowest level of the Qliphod's upper echelon. Human blood is the source of demons.
She just made up a bunch of
The
words.
fruit born
That was just a bunch
even more
of
dense
bullspit.
than the blood that created it. Its power is unparalleled. Even the almighty Mundus used it to become.
I like
king
how
of
the Game
underworld.
Grumps,
A being told me
Aaron,
everything.
what he calls this is,
Yeah, well, that's a lovely story. In
he has a word for it.
As long as we know
It's
where
not
to
mumbo jumbo, but it's like a variation on that.
Whoa, you
Oh, here we go.
are the infamous Dante. I'm Nicoletta Goldstein. Sound familiar? My grandmother is Nell Goldstein, the gunsmith that.
I'm like, come on,
made all the
Nico's
fancy
awesome,
weapons that
dude.
you got
What a good,
strapped
could
back
you,
there.
like a new character? What a good new character.
Yeah, there she is.
I cannot love Nico.
You don't much look
Look
like
at
her.
her.
Yeah, I got my looks from my daddy. That's about all I got from him. But based on his research, I managed to cobble this.
Ooh, here we go.
Consider it a gift in honor of us finally meeting.
She's like a
meeting.
fangirl. It's great. Here we go. Woo! Shimona! Woo! Attaboy. Devil May Cry is too edgy for me, you edgelord. Yeah, alright. Okay, sure.
I'll take that. Dante, I'm gonna go too. Why don't you sit this one out?
Oh, let you call me dead weight again? No thanks.
He is really,
all the power
that
I
really
need.
stung on
Right
him, the
here.
dead weight. He is
You don't
sticking with that.
understand. It's not what I mean.
Let him go, Dante. Time is a luxury that we can no longer afford.
He was really grunty when he
We
said
must
that. It
chase
didn't even
after
sound
our
like him.
post-haste.
Let him go, Dante.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this through.
Well, that's all you had to say, Mr. Poetry. I'm gonna go my way, and you guys can go yours. Let's just say that's the best for the cause.
Dante on some level knows that that's Virgil and is like ignoring it, right? Like he's purposely ignoring it. I feel like maybe not, because I don't know. I feel like they would. I don't know. Oh shit. The time has come, and so have I. Dude, I kind of want to play Nero now that I just said that though. No, we're doing Dante. I said we're doing Dante. Yeah. The time has come, and so have I. The last life you prepare to die. Here we go. Okay. So that's the loadout that I use when I'm just trying to like chill, because I really like those three together. You can have 7 weapons at a time. What is this game, dude? Okay, so I've always been a fan of Devil May Cry 3 more than any other game, because I like the focused gameplay of certain styles and guns and weapons together, as opposed to like the freeform of Devil May Cry 4 and this. And I get why people like it. I think it is really cool, but it's always been overwhelming for me. Like, I love Devil May Cry, and I love like fighting games, but I take the same approach to both of them, where I kind of just, I know I'm not going to be that good at it, like, competitively, so I just enjoy, like, the mechanics that I do like, and get as good as I can at them. That's why I don't usually put too many swords, and especially guns. I especially don't put too many guns on. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the classic loadout of, the bazooka and the handguns, is what we're going to do. Rebellion, nunchucks, and gauntlets. That's good. I was gonna say classic loadout with shotgun and the handguns, but it doesn't look like I have that as a loadout, and I don't really feel like making it right now. So we'll do bazooka. Should we just do 3 guns? Let's just do 3 guns. Let's go. The times. I'm gonna turn it up a little for me. Okay, there you go. I really want to hear the music. I kind of wish I could. I actually don't know how this works, but woo!
One foot in front of the other.
Dude, this feels so good to be back. I haven't played this since it came out. Oh, dude. This game is so sick. Why am I not playing this more? This game is sick, bro. Dude, I love that the nunchucks turn into a staff. I mean, come on, man. Dude, this game is sick. I really wish there's like no better action game in my opinion. I know people like lean more towards Bayonetta. I think Devil May Cry is the king. I think Dante is the king of fighting games, of action games. I really wish there was like an RPG. I mean, I get this is like kind of RPG, but I wish it was like you could create your own character and like choose your own class, where like each class is like as in depth as the fighting mechanics in this game. And it, cause like I feel like a lot of RPGs, they have like these weird cooldown systems and like rotations. I want it to feel like this kind of fighting, and like mixed with like leveling up the abilities to unlock like new versions of the abilities, and like, you know, like learning, like turning this into a staff, you know what I mean, at level 15 or some shit. Like, that's the way I want an RPG like that, like an RPG MMO like that. So everyone's running around with people, some people are gun masters, and they got all these crazy guns they can use and shit. Some people are like, you know, nunchuck masters. And instead of like learning more like about the nunchucks, they choose like Royal Guard type stuff or Trickster. I understand some mechanics would just be broken if they did that. But that's the whole point. You like make like the action like this, but you know from the start it's gonna be online, so you make it bounce as much as you can, and different rolls as best as you can. But like less of the cooldown bull crap and less of the like rotation, and more of like your ability to dodge and your ability to keep combos going and etc. You know what I mean? And at that point, there's not really a lot of necessity for it to be online, but it'd be fun to play with your friends with like a fighting mechanic as good as this game, you know, with like your own characters. Because I just have friends that I want to play this with, essentially. It's with more like that, too. I have friends I want to play Don't Make Cry with, but like make our own characters up. Okay, I'm a little rusty. I don't even know how to lock on. It's been so long, dude. That's double trigger. Okay. Wait, is the music right? I don't think the music's right, I'm not sure.
Man, I'm bored.
Maybe I'll start down here. Oh my god. I hate those guys. Ooh, I know this is probably hard to watch. Probably hard to watch for some people.
Come on, you can do it. Over here.
Ooh, what's up?
Come on, come at me, boy. Get him, girl.
Yeah, alright.
Dante, need a hand? No way.
No. Oh boy! I'll get this. I'll get it. I'll get it. It's just like fucking sensory overload, so. Woo! Let's go! I mean, this is sick. This is so cool seeing Nier and Dante together, bro. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, just me fighting with that person right now feels so good. Imagine if it was like your buddy and like your own created characters and like whatever, separate classes. It'd be fucking sick.
I can smell that piece of shit from up here. Flushed. Come on, you can do it. Over here.
Sick. I actually don't remember where the hell are we going. Where's the opening? Oh. The time has come, and so have I. Woo! The time has come, and so have I. Ah, that was scrub. How did I get hit by that? Woo! Yeah! Oh, bull spit! Watch out, watch out. Shit. I hate these guys. I think I was always kind of bad against them. Because you're supposed to, like, reflect them. God damn it. You know what? I'm going to just do the cheat. I'm going to do cheat. Here we go. Dude! Maybe the nunchucks just aren't good for that? I'm trying to like time it. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Ah, this is embarrassing. Alright. Let's just focus on breaking these things, I guess. Nice! There we go. Fucking. Alright. You know who's good for these guys? Is the motorcycle. Like if I had the motorcycle, I think I would be wrecking them. I'm trying to do like Nero combos, by the way, I noticed. I don't know why. I think Nero's swordplay is just a little more intuitive, probably. I mean, that's why. I mean, that was sick. Just seeing us two fight like that together, that was too cool. Rex. Where'd he go? Oh, there you go. Where'd he go now? I'll just take care of these things. There you go, that lock on the... There you go. Time has come, and so have I'm like genuinely disappointed I didn't hear the music. Like I set it all up and it just never played it. This dude's not gonna give me a gold orb, by the way. Like I started off pretty decent and then I just lost it against those spinning guys. I can't remember what the thing is to beat them. Do I need to charge a punch or do I need like tie in a counter or something? I can't remember. I literally just can't remember. Yeah, let's go to menu. Play an earlier level because maybe I'll give him Stylish. She was alright. This guy I didn't even see him do anything, so. But no, like, I wanted the whole point of me choosing the music at the start was to hear it like during the game. But I think that level has like a set like. I don't know, it has like a set BGM or whatever. Hello, lady. Let's see her point of view. Bullspit. Should we just do Bloody Palace? I'm gonna get my ass kicked in Bloody Palace. Okay, let's find the Dante one. No. One of these has a boss fight. I don't know which one it is. Or maybe they both have boss fights? Alright, I'm going with this one. Yeah, Yamato has the boss fight. Maybe I should just put all the weapons on. I'm being a scrub anyway. I can't remember how to freaking play. So, I'll just put them all on. One second. I'll let the cutscene play out.
Our last hope, Nero. was completely useless.
Get wrecked, Nero.
Get Nero out of here! This is a bad move! Nero, go! You're just dead weight!
Damn.
That bastard called me dead! I didn't come all this way for nothing!
This was a good game for Nero. Nero needed this. Because I actually liked him before. But I agree he didn't have enough screen time or character development aside from get it. So having him deal with like their baggage and him having to deal with that, like it just gives more weight to his character. It gives him more motivation, more reason. Like you had to bring Virgil back. You had to just to reestablish Devil May Cry, but you had to bring him back for Dante's and specifically Nero's sake. Like he needed to see his father, fight his father. Dude, Dante was Sparta. Hell yeah. He looks sick. He looks sick right there. That was right there was an awesome screenshot.
The Devil Sword Sparta no longer serves a purpose. I have plans for the both of you.
I see where this is going. I've watched enough to know.
Exist to give you strength. How fortunate to serve such divine purpose.
I can't remember. I think at the end Dante uses the Sparta sword all the time, right? Or he absorbs the Sparta sword into him.
Enough's enough. Can't let a boy.
Yeah, and then
do a
Rebellion
man's
transforms,
job. Hey,
right?
wait. I'm not done talking yet. Okay, you get some rest. By the
way
way,
Dante responds to stuff.
I guess I owe you one.
Okay? I feel like he always says okay to stuff. Like he's just kind of weirded out by people or doesn't care. Okay? Get some rest. More DLC, please, by the way. I'll buy all the costumes. Let's customize. Let's put all the swords and guns on. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, is that all the weapons? This is all the weapons right there. Can you even put the other ones on? Can you? What's the point of that? That is interesting. What's the point of that? Won't that just get, like, super confusing? What the hell? Because, like, a lot of these are just duplicates, and you can trade them in and out because they have, like, minor differences. What's the point of having them all on there? That's going to be super confusing. No, we're not... I'm tempted just to try that out, but no, we're not going to do that. Wow, that was interesting. Okay. Then we'll just do these four. And the guns... Is this all the guns right here? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's kind of cool. You can just have the other rocket launchers, though. There's, like, not much difference, but... Just for nostalgic sake, though, you can, like, have, like, an old loadout from the old games, I guess. So we're doing 4. We're doing loadout 4. Nah. I think the only thing I'm trying to buy is the... Where is it? Where's, like, the base moves? Abilities? Yeah, this. I still don't know what it is. I know everybody else in the world knows what this is, because like it's, you know, everybody got it like in the first week or whatever and put it on YouTube. I have no idea what it is. So. Alright. Let's go for it. Oh, I didn't... There you go. I didn't put the right guns on. I don't really like using Dr. Faust anyway, because I'm not good enough to do that, I don't think. So... Oh, excuse me. Alright. Alright, this song better play now.
Overslept. Time for a warm-up.
Here we go. We'll just do Rebellion and... Oh, yeah! I thought B was the dodge right now. I've been playing too much fucking Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Alright, I'm just getting used to this. It's just a warm-up. Yeah, it's bad. I know, it's bad. Oh, let's do, this one. That way B actually is... No, we'll do Royal Guard. Fuck. I saw that coming, too. Dude. There's only one way to get better, right? There you go. Yes!
Come on, baby. Come get me.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. But see, I'm not good enough to do that just like talking. I gotta like actually pay attention. And it's like hard for me. It's like doing a hard combo in Tekken or something. Like I don't just like fucking... I'm not like those guys on YouTube who just have like show off videos of them casually doing that. See, okay, this is what I mean. I don't like the weapon and gun system the way it is right now. And the only reason why, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this from some people, I'm sure. I mean, granted, I don't know. Well, I think some people agree with me on this, and that is in the Devil May Cry reboot, as much as it got wrong, which is like everything, I still really loved it. For a different reason. Like, I liked playing it because it felt like an homage to Devil May Cry, even if, like, not a great one. And the fighting was really not the same. That doesn't mean it was bad. It was just different. It wasn't Devil May Cry, so thus it was a bad remake. But it wasn't a bad, like, action game. It just felt like more like Dynasty Warriors, rather than, like, a third-person fighting game with, like, combos and stuff. And I think the thing I liked the most about it was the way they did Devil Arms, which was like right trigger was all the demonic Devil Arms, which changed like all your inputs entirely. And then left trigger was the angel ones, which changed all your inputs entirely. And then they put guns and... Well, yeah, there wasn't really any guns. They just had Devil Arms be all one thing. So instead of styles, you just changed your weapon. And I think that's a way better way to do it, because essentially there's two styles then. So instead of there being 4 styles, there's 2 styles, and that's your left trigger and right trigger. And if you hold them, it activates the style. And I like that only because it's so much, like, more fluid and a little less, like, let me stop and move. Like, I don't know, like, look at all these different combinations. As cool as that is, I hate the rotation of the weapons. I hate that you have to, if you wanted to go from Rebellion to Cavalier, right? You have to cycle through 3 other weapons, or 2 other weapons. You have to cycle through this, you have to cycle through that, just to get to the weapon you want to use. I don't really like that. I know some people got it down, they're just like that, you know? They swing, swing. But I don't, and I don't think that's something I should have to get down. I think it makes way more sense to, like, have just, like, a set amount of weapons on 4 different buttons. That way you can get to the buttons instantly, and you don't have to cycle through anything. You just press up for this gun, down for this weapon, left, right, you know what I mean? And then whereas, like, to change what weapons do, and, like, the style, it's as easy as holding right trigger, letting go of it, holding left trigger, letting go of it. That way you can flow in and out of styles super quick. Just like, you know, it's like going from devil to angel like in an instant, just by letting go of right trigger and letting go of left trigger, back and forth, back and forth. And that completely changes what each weapon does that you have. So I actually really like the way they set that up. Granted, there wasn't as much depth, and that's probably why I do like Devil May Cry so much more than, or I like Devil May Cry 5 so much more than the reboot. Thank God that we got Devil May Cry 5. I mean, I want this Dante back. This Dante right here that I'm looking at, this is Dante.
Come here. Come here.
I mean, I was gonna miss him forever. I did not want him to be replaced by what we got. I didn't even want the fighting system to be replaced. I think this fighting system is, this is what makes Devil May Cry, is the, like, overwhelming, complicated, in-depth combos. But that being said, I think there was something to say for what they were trying to do. Like, they were trying to innovate on something. I mean, they messed up in every other department, but I think in the next game, like with Nero, because he doesn't really have the same fighting style as Dante anyway, if you can kind of incorporate, which they kind of did in this game, by the way. I'm sure people already noticed that and talked about it. But if you can kind of incorporate some, like, the more fluid transition of, like, the styles in the last game, and the easier rotation of weapons, like the instant, instead of, like, having to rotate like this to get the weapons you want, the instant, just like the way that, you know, the styles are for Dante, be able to get to the weapons that way. And then having the styles just be a simple button press you can hold and let go of, so they flow into each other. I think that's great. I think if you make that work, it's really great. If you can't make it work, if it loses the depth and the thing that makes Devil May Cry what it is, which is, like, you know, it's a less floating game. Like, the Devil May Cry reboot was, like, a little more floaty and fluid and movement based. This is more, it's a little more stiff and stifled, but it's more weighty and combo based with a little more depth of the fighting, which creates some awesome, stylish, really cool looking things and unique play styles. So, yeah, to me, this game wins out. Devil May Cry, the OG Devil May Cry series fighting style wins out big time, and so does everything else about it, character design, all that stuff. But I think the reboot had something interesting to say on the fighting mechanics, and I think learning from it and then implementing some of the things that did work, mixed with the depth of this, you could have, like, a golden child, which this game kind of already is, Devil May Cry 5, because they kind of did take some lessons. But I think there's a few things you could learn. Like, I think the movement from Devil May Cry reboot could be a little more implemented into this game, this franchise, and I think the fluidity of the style / weapon control could be implemented a little bit more. But all in all, this is best. I mean, dude, yeah.
Dance? Yeah. Like juggling?
I mean, come on. Yeah, this wins. Of course it does. I'm not trying to make a competition. Obviously it wins by a landslide. But I do think there is something to learn from the other one. That's why I'm excited for the next game, because I think the mind behind Devil May Cry, I forget his name all the time, he worked on the reboot too, and I think he did implement some of that into the Nero moveset, and I think on the next game he's going to implement even more of what worked from that reboot, and pass down some of what works more for Dante and Virgil into Nero, like some of the more in-depth combination of weapons and styles, and you know, mixed with the more the movement of the other Dante onto Nero, and you can have like a golden chop. It might just not work. It might fall flat in its face and be overwhelming, or maybe lean too much one way or the other. But I think it's worth a try. I think it is, especially with Nero, particularly with Nero. Don't mess with this Dante. If you're bringing Dante back for like DLC in the next game, and you can just play as him through the whole game or whatever, you know, to keep Dante as Dante. If you want to like improve him, like adding more or whatever, like they always do, sure. But don't mess with this formula. It works so well. But on Nero, it's like he's meant to be messed with, because he's already a mixture of Virgil, Dante, and like the reboot Devil May Cry. He's already a mixture of like everything, and he's had like 2 new mechanics in both his new appearances in the games. He's only been in 2 games, and in both games he's had new mechanics entirely that changed the entire way you play the game. Like that's insane to change a character that much at its core. So I think you can do that again with Nero, and I think adding a little more movement, because that's another thing about the Devil May Cry reboot, is that it did look really good as far as like Limbo goes, and like the platforming was actually pretty decent too. That's never what Devil May Cry has been, but it's always had a weird relationship with trying to be that way. So I think that'd be kind of cool to bring that back. But above all, if we're talking bringing stuff back, they really need to bring back the Resident Evil vibe of like Devil May Cry 1 and 3. Because this game is the best Devil May Cry game as far as mechanics go. But my favorite Devil May Cry game is 3, and then 1, and then 4, and then 5 in that order, which is insane, because this is like the best one, right? But the reason why it goes 3 and 1, it's because of level design. The level design is very like Dark Souls, Sekiro, Resident Evil, and then it's always given that really nice feeling of of progress. It's always like, instead, this game is all about the fighting. Like, I had a friend who said the reason he doesn't play these kind of games is because that's all there is to the game, is the action system. There's like not like a lot of like role-playing elements or like discovery and progress and or exploring or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it just has like that one element. Granted, that's not a downside. It's just the reason he doesn't really find them too interesting. That's just his point of view, his opinion. But that's what makes these games great, is that they focused on one thing and they did it so well. They set the bar. But he has a point a little bit, because I think in the Devil May Cry 3 and 1, I thought Devil May Cry 3 had a better progression than all of them. I'm talking in every way. I'm talking in the fighting mechanic, and the leveling your character up, and the combinations of like learning new styles and gaining new weapons, and then of course level wise, the tower, going through the tower, the progression of going, fighting and unlocking new rooms and shortcuts, and it was like the best level system design out of all the games. I think 1 is arguably pretty close too, and especially with like the reoccurring enemies and stuff, and the whole atmosphere of 1, which is like a really spooky mansion. But 3, I think 3 knocks everything out of the water between the story, characters, progression of like the level, your character, his moveset. Knocks it out of the park. I think the progression in this game sucks. I love this game to death. The progression is no good. It does not like teach you how to play these mechanics, and that's okay. It doesn't have to. This is the 5th game of the series. It's like going to go see Infinity War or Endgame and expecting you to know everything, you know? You have to at least go watch Avengers or whatever, or Civil War. You got to go watch the first movies and then go see the last one. And that's kind of what this game is. It doesn't need to hold your hand. It shouldn't have to. But I think there's a difference between learning, holding your hand, and having the game just kind of naturally lead you into learning these abilities, I guess. And then I think the difference is in level design and leveling up, like the progression system of your character and of the story through the world and powers. And I think Devil May Cry does it the best, and I think this game almost does it the worst. This game kind of does it the worst, and that's only because it has to juggle 3 characters and like 5 games worth of storyline, and then having to kind of like undo a lot of backlash of a reboot. So given all that, the fact that this game came out as good as it is a miracle already. And then also the game's fucking awesome. But yeah, the level design's not that good in my opinion. I think it all looks great because it's on the Resident Evil engine. I don't know what they call it, the re-engine. It looks great, but I think like design-wise, like game design-wise, it's not good. I don't think it's very good at all. It's like decent. It's not even like, I'm sure people can kick my ass, but like it's not even as good as like the reboot, which had like at least some decent platforming and interesting concept like of Limbo, making things look interesting, you know. I think the level design in this is like super boring, but it's made up for it by the best fighting mechanics in any video game ever, hands down. To this day, it like set a bar above anything now, and then it did it with 3 characters, you know. And then it did something really unique with V being a summoner character, so you control other characters around him. And I think it works really well. Some people don't really like it. I think it works super well, and it's at the very least, even if it's not perfect, it's a good starting point. It's a fantastic starting point. Like, how did they even get it as good as it is? In my opinion, that's crazy. I should have been fighting the whole time I was talking. Anyway, I think the next game, because they already kind of have the fighting mechanics down, the next game should just focus a little more on level design. Like, put Nero on an island, like they do with Dante all the time. Put him like in a tower on an island. Have the very Resident Evil, like, you know, quote-unquote puzzle solving of, like, interconnecting. Like, you know, I mean, they can do it. I know it sounds like it's a far-fetched, like it's not what Devil May Cry is. But if Sekiro can do it, and Dark Souls can do it, then Devil May Cry can do it, because they've done it before. So why not have like a nice little like a nice amount of effort put into the level design, and I don't mean just looks because this looks great. I just mean like, you know, game wise, like make it very Resident Evil like it used to be. I think that's really what they need to do, because this game's an 8 out of 10 for me. It would have been 10 out of 10 if it had the same game like level design. If it had even close to the same level design as its Devil May Cry 3 and 1, like even just half as good as those, this would have been 10 out of 10. So I think the next game with Nero, it needs to make up for not having Dante in the next game, because he's amazing in this and carries it. But with no Dante in the next game, it needs to have a really good level design. It needs to have a little bit better movement and platforming. And then it needs to have a little more of a fluid system with Nero, as well as a more in-depth system with Nero, which is going to be hard. And that's a lot of obstacles to overcome. But I think all the building blocks are in this game. Like, they set it up. Between the different devil arms Nero's got, and his devil trigger, and the passing of, like, the mantle of Devil May Cry onto Nero. Like, he can gain all these, now that he has his own mechanics, he can get, like, new weapons, the swords and guns, like Dante has. And then he has Virgil's powers now, so it's like you can really make an in-depth character out of him now, more than ever. Like, more than you could have done in this game or the last game. And the next one, you can really do something different with Nero. Make him nice and in-depth, make him really more movement-based and more mechanically interesting than ever. You really have that chance now. They built it up for that. And they mix that with a way better level design idea. You know, going back to its roots, you know? Simplifying it. And I think making it more focused as far as the level up progression goes, you know? Probably making Nero pretty weak at the start, and then making him like just stupid ridiculous like Dante is at the end. I think you could have one of the best Devil May Cry games in the next game. You really, really could. But then they also drop the ball hard because it's Nero. You don't really know what to do with them, so they could drop the ball hard. And if nobody, I don't think anyone really like voiced their opinions to the developers about the level design, so they might not realize that there's some people out there that don't really like that they strayed away from the old style level design, and they're like just going straight route now, kind of like Devil May Cry 4 did a little bit. And people don't like that, and I think they need to hear that and know that, because if they go back to the roots with the level design and they really just hit it out of the park in the next game, it could be the best Devil May Cry game. It could be better than this one. It could be better than 3, 1. It could be great. They just need to take cues from their failures as well as their successes. Like, they needed to realize that there was success in failure. You know? Because they realized that people like this Dante in their last game, right? When the reboot came out, they realized, oh, people just missed the fighting mechanic of this Dante, and they missed his character. His character is a fighting mechanic. That's what they missed. That's what people complained about the most. So what did they do in this game? They just really ramped that up to 10 and put everything else on the wayside. Like, the, you know, kind of fuck level design and progression. Here's Dante at his best, character-wise and movement-wise. And then everybody loved it. They were right, so we wanted back. But I think there's something to say in, you know, learning what you did right in the games that nobody liked, and, you know, the things that maybe people don't talk about as much. Because it all comes together, you know? It all, like, it all makes up the same, I don't know, dinner. I can't find an analogy. Like, you know? I just sat there for like a half hour talking about Devil May Cry. Now, normally on this channel, I don't upload a lot, so anybody who's watching this, thank you. I want to talk about the things that I just talked about. I want to make like a nice looking video of it, really go in depth, take notes. Am I wearing goggles? Does Dante have goggles on his neck? Has he always had that?
Man.
No, right? Is he glitching? He doesn't always have that, does he? I feel like I'm going crazy. But anyway, I want to make more videos on my channel talking about stuff like that, because I have a lot of thoughts about that, about everything you can think of. Marvel, video games, you know, Devil May Cry, and RPGs, modern MMOs. There's so much stuff I want to talk about in that way I just talked about. But, you know, a little less rambly and mumbly, and more like, here's pictures and subtitles and references so you know what the hell I'm saying, and my point gets across. And I also would like to keep a more open mind and open up conversation for anybody in the comments to kind of rebuttal and whatever, which I can't really do if I'm just talking off the top of my head like I am now. So I want to do that, but that's so much effort and work, and it requires like editing systems that I don't actually have available to me. I don't have like a lot of editing programs that I can work with in that way and stuff. But you know, maybe I'll just start streaming more, and I'll take clips like this and pull it out of the stream and just edit like a little bit, you know, and throw it up or something. You know, we'll see, because I want to start streaming more just for the hell of it. It's really, this whole channel is just for fun. So if you guys are watching, you know, thanks. It's just for fun. And I think it's funner if people are watching, you know. It makes it a more enjoyable experience. I'm going to enjoy it either way, but I'll do it more often and enjoy it more if there is other people there with me, instead of just once every like month or so. Okay, the time has come, so have I. Fuck. Alright, hold on here. Alright, that was a little sloppy at the end there. I'm actually going to go ahead and post that I'm streaming. Just because... I mean, I know I probably won't stream much longer, but just because. Let's see. I need to get a picture of Devil May Cry when I do this. Oh, I got an idea. I'm actually going to switch this game up later to a Final Fantasy game, probably. No, actually, no, I'm not. I might, but I'll post Devil May Cry. I'll post some streaming Final Fantasy with that. Excuse me. Okay, cool. Yeah, that worked. I probably should, oh well. Anyway. Yeah, alright. Like, yeah, like, you know, I don't want to diss this old design. It looks cool. Like, look at it, yeah, it looks beautiful. The graphics in this game, and the engine, and the art style going a little more realistic, and, like, you know, more, like, I guess horror game-esque. I don't know how else you would say it. You know, it feels very Resident Evil. This is very Resident Evil. And I think that's sick. It fits this game very well. Like, going even, like, more Bloodborne-esque or something. Even more Resident Evil next game would be cool. It's just a nice contrast for, like, the really fun, outgoing characters of the game. Who, like, are, you know, funny above all else and interesting. This is a sick reference, by the way. Him throwing the roast. I mean, best part of Devil May Cry 4, right? You know,
I'm not a fan of ruins.
Him doing Shakespeare.
My city's lively.
Yeah, I've never seen you interact with a normal human being, Dante. I've never seen you in a lively city, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, here we go. I'm trying. Hold on. There you go. I'll get the hang of it again. Like, I keep forgetting, like, I'm forgetting, like, basic stuff. Like, flourishes.
Just gotta take it down.
Like, I just, like, that's the first one. And then if you, like, don't swing right away again, you can do, like, a flourish like that. But then if you do it twice, and then wait, you do that flourish. Or if you just spam it, you just do the normal combo. And that, for me, that seems simple. It's like the most basic Devil May Cry knowledge ever. But then when you're in the heat of the moment, you, like, panic. and I keep doing like this flourish by accident, or I can't like get that one off. I actually just press the third button. I mean, it's simple stuff like that. That's why I've always had a hard time in fighting games. Like, I know what to do, but like that doesn't mean I can do it. Like, I know holding Y makes an electricity nunchuck. And I know if you do it like backwards and forwards, it has its own abilities. This is sick. This is the best weapon in the game. The nunchucks, hands down, dude. This is like the funnest weapon, the coolest weapon. Just ice nunchucks on their own are sick, but they feel good to use. But then the fact they can turn into that, they turn into the fire pole. I mean, dude. That's so sick. And then if you hold it, it does lighting. I mean, dude. And the different directions you're doing the combos, it changes to what they do. I mean, come on. That's too sick. That's like the best weapon in the game, in my opinion. This is a close second right here. This one. Switching from how do I do that? Well, there you go. Switching from like boxing.
Mine now.
To is that how you switch? Is backwards? Yeah, okay. Something's forward has its own ability. Alright. I thought like backwards is the knockout punch, because that's what it is for Rebellion. But backwards is to switch the styles. That's sick. There's two styles in this gauntlet. There's the boxing one, you know? And then there's the, what do they call it? Kappa-Kiri or something? I mean, that's freaking awesome. Like, look at that. Dude, that's too cool. Even says boxing. I don't know why I just realized that. Okay, he's not saying it now. But yeah, those are probably my two favorite weapons. Is those two. I mean, this is cool just because it's ridiculous. Using a freaking motorcycle as a weapon. Yeah, that's cool as shit. Just because that's what it is. But like, it's fun. But I've never been into like the really hard-hitting weapons. I like the fast ones. They just feel funner, you know. They feel funner to me. But I do like. I don't love how like hard it is to like stop doing these combos though. Like once you get them going, you gotta like take a second and like stop and then jump out the way. Whereas with the heavy hitting weapons, I feel like you commit to that one move and it like knocks everybody back and it like reflexes other people's attacks. So it's not as like for being a hard hitting weapon, you think there'd be more of a consequence for using it, for being like maybe slower or something. But the way it counters other people's attacks and like the range of it, I think it's actually a more rewarding weapon to use, even if I believe that these are funner. Alright, where are we going? I think we're going down. The time has come, and so have I. Yeah, man, just imagine an RPG MMO with the fighting style of this, and like each class is a freaking different, like you like doing gunslinger, you know, or you know, like the monk would be doing stuff like this or whatever. Whoops. The monk would be doing stuff like, you know, using the fists and the nunchucks, something like that. I think that'd be so cool, man. And then like the dark swordsman doing crazy shit. I mean, I can just imagine the gun class being like pretty overpowered in a lot of ways. I mean, look at this, man. Or this.
never did this.
I think it makes up for it because you have to be long range, and and then it's probably harder to hit like actual players if you're doing PvP. Whereas if you have more combo-based weapons, you probably get a lot of damage in and get close. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun. I don't know. I feel like someone should attempt it. Like, get rid of the cooldown and rotation stuff we got going on in MMOs, and just try a more fighting game, third-person approach to it. Like, I guess there's nothing else like Devil May Cry though, so it's like not easy. It's easier said than done. Easier said, let's make an RPG MMO with the action of this, because there's nothing else like this. You know, it's nothing else like, it's like a fighting game, but a hack and slash, you know? Like when you go back in the old day, you play God of War and whatever else game that you would compare this to, other hack and slash games, it's not the same thing. Devil May Cry fans will tell you, like, they know it's not the same thing. This isn't just a hack and slash. There's with 4 different styles that change each and every single weapon, and then the combination of using all of them at the same time. It's a fighting game, dude. It's a, I mean, the combos, the literal combos, and then like the cancels into the combos and stuff. And you never have to touch the ground. For as weighty as this game is, like with the movement, which is why it doesn't have the best platforming, never has. You never have to touch the ground if you're good enough in this game. Between cancels and the combination of weapons and guns, you can be in the air the entire time if there's an enemy near you. And that's insane. That's entirely because of the in-depth combo system. You know, it's not just a mindless hack and slash, or where you spam one move the whole time and win. You gotta really just combine your stuff. You gotta really be good at it. And imagine that, but in an MMO atmosphere, where each person has a unique like combination of, like maybe you only use like 1 or 2 styles and 1 or 2 guns or weapons or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it have its own take on this. But imagine something like this fast-paced action with no cooldown or rotations you gotta know for the numbers, but it's all about your comprehension of the mechanics of the game. It's all about your ability at each of these weapons and styles and how to use them on enemies and other players. Like, then that's sick. It's literally just a fighting game. You're just playing Tekken at that point. You learn your character's combos. You learn how it works with other characters. You learn the timing. You learn the best, you know, juggles. And then you go for it. And then it becomes a mixture of like a footsie game, poking, getting them to open up their guard, and then landing your combo. Like, you know, like there's nothing else like that in the MMO atmosphere, I feel like. There's a couple of them out there, but they're not like the most popular ones. And they're usually like weird indie Korean MMOs that don't last too long. Like one that I thought was really good, and it has cooldowns and stuff, it's called Dragon Nest. So good. Because the fighting in that game, it felt like a fighting game with the amount of moves you have. And the way you can like power up certain moves and combo them together. And the cooldowns were like a little annoying, but they worked because there wasn't like a certain rotation. You could really just mix up all the moves. And I thought the fighting in that, the PvP, was really good. You'd be like a level 15 and beat like a level 30 if you're a mixture of lucky and good at the game. Between like because it had like a dodge mechanic and like a counter mechanic that worked really well. And as long as you have those two things in a game, I really truly believe someone who like isn't as high level as you, doesn't have as many tools at their disposal, if they're good enough at the base mechanic of dodging, blocking, and countering, they can tear you down. I really do think that. Like, I think Dark Souls has proven that to me, and you know, Sekiro, things like that. Like, the difficulty, as hard as the enemy can be, and as like little the moves you have on you, you can beat the best enemy in the game if you're just good at the mechanics. And I feel like because of that, you throw that kind of those mechanics in, those defensive mechanics mixed in with like, you know, basic offensive moves that can do enough damage and have enough windows of opportunity in the fight, then if you can really balance that out, you can make a low-level character strong enough to fight a lot of the high levels, but just won't have the flair, you know? And won't have like or they'll have to try extra hard and they will have the same flair, and they'll actually have to know the mechanics of the game and be good at it. But that being a possibility, I think can really be super fun and knock down that old debate of like, oh, your numbers are just higher than mine? Cool, I lose. It's just because, you know, you spent more time in the game grinding instead of learning the mechanics, you know? And I think that's why people don't like MMO fighting stuff. Like, they like MMOs for being RPGs, but then no one likes MMOs for being a fighting PvP thing, right? That's a very niche audience. But I think it can work if you kind of break down the barrier of, like, a lot of people are thinking, like, oh, you're level 50, I'm level 10, I'm going to lose. If you can break that barrier down by just, like, literally creating a good enough mechanic system and end-up fighting system on par with, like, Devil May Cry or just modern fighting games or even, like, Dark Souls, some kind of take on that, and then you show that off, you show, like, a good-ass player beating a high-level player, I think that would make a lot of people want to learn the base mechanics, and they'll spend more time playing your game, actually understanding your game, and learning to love the things that make it unique, as opposed to just like mindlessly grinding through the game, getting to the high-level dungeons, and then essentially kind of like beating it and getting bored. Instead, they can keep coming back because they're always going to get better at the game personally. Like, a draw of a fighting game isn't the next costume you're gonna get or the better armor. It's you mastering the combos better, looking at the finding openings and like some of the characters' movements. You know what I mean? It's like mastering that, and you never do master it because that's the point. And I feel that way about Devil May Cry too. It's got that vibe so hard. Everyone who's a fan of Devil May Cry knows this. Is that it's sort of a mastered the 3D fighting game, the 3D hack and slash action game genre. It mastered and is the king of it because it's as in-depth as a fighting game. Because you can never master Dante or Nero or Virgil. You can't. You get as hella good, but you won't master them. There's always something new that you can try and learn. And I think if you can bring that approach to like an online MMO thing, then I think you will have the best MMO in history. Because being able to just go back to a game with your friends that you're both getting competitively better at, but then you also have your own characters and your own customization of, you know, cosmetics and whatever. Bringing a role-playing element to any game will always like bring in a more social aspect to it. And I think I really want an MMO like that. I really, because I just love playing with my friends more than anything in the world. And as much as I love Devil May Cry, I will play Minecraft more than Devil May Cry because it's multiplayer, and I want to play with my friends. So if I can introduce them to a game like this, where we both are competitively getting better at it and learning our own unique styles and fighting patterns, but then we get to fucking roleplay still, we still get to be an MMO together and make a guild together and create our own characters, that's awesome. We can play forever. We will play forever. We will subscribe to it like people do in a WoW. Like, hands down, I'd rather subscribe to it than have to, like, pay for, like, random DLC stuff like Issa. Like, it'd be awesome. It'd be so awesome. It'd be pretty hard, if not close to impossible, because it just hasn't been done. I mean, and then, you know, fighting games in general kind of have a niche audience, I guess. Even though it's one of the most popular genres ever. There's a lot of people I've met in my life that just don't like fighting games. Majority of people don't, that I've met. Or if they like fighting games, it's not competitively. They'll go out of their way to say it's not competitively, because it's intimidating. It's comes off as this like this aura of like, you know, it's not meant for everybody. Even though I think fighting games are meant for everybody, in my opinion, they really are. But yeah, so it's a bit of a daunting task to have to like to do what I'm saying right now, to like bring that air, that atmosphere to an MMO, which is supposed to be, you know, something that you kind of get on and you don't have to like, you can just, you know, you can grind with your friends, but like if you throw on the fighting game atmosphere to it and the competitiveness to it, then you know, it's a whole different type of daunting. Because MMOs are already daunting as they are. Like, they're already daunting. The idea of having to grind for hours and be committed to, like, a guild and all that, and then you throw in the competitive aspect that I'm asking for with a fighting game like this, and it's insane. But the niche audience that you will capture, I guarantee you, it'll be such a unique and new idea that it will work. It's like when, you know, Fortnite became popular. It was a stupid freaking game. You know, it's a cartoony third-person shooting game where you build walls. It just sounds weird. It's like mixing Minecraft and PUBG. It doesn't sound like it would work, but it did. And I think taking innovative, or I can't even think of the word right now, because I'm getting wrecked. I think taking ideas like that and like running with them and really trying to make them work is what like pushes the game industry to make like some of the best games. And I really do think it's gonna work. Because there is like a weird competitive aspect to MMOs and RPGs when it comes to like the hardcores. But it's all down to numbers and this vibe of just crushing your opponent, right? It's like, oh, I'm definitely gonna have the bigger numbers to you, and I'm gonna have the better like stats and the better like setup. I mean, it's more to it than I'm level 80 or level 70. There's way more to it than that. People who are good at RPGs and MMOs know that. But if you mix that in with like somebody who's just good at fighting games, or instead of like understanding the stats and the mechanics of like armor, they learn the stats of the fighting, and that's their strength. Because people's minds just work differently. Some people would rather like get better at their reflexes in a fighting game like this, rather than understand like what poison stat works better against what, you know, unholy spell or whatever, you know. So and people's minds just work different like that. And I think if you can introduce both those types of players to an open world game where they can, you know, grow and competitively go against each other in their own ways that they want to, I think it would just create one of the best. It's like, that's like the dream game. It's like playing Sword Art Online or something, or all those anime MMO games where they have a virtual reality headset. It would feel like that. You'd be so immersed because you can just constantly grow as a character. Physically, in your reflexes, mentally, learning what all the stats do, just like non-stop, you're just always learning and getting better, and there's always a chance that whatever your strength is, it will be enough to beat somebody else's strength. Like when your strength is understanding that this weapon does better cold stat against this person's firearm or whatever, now but your strength is knowing that you use the right weapon in the right way at the right timing. But at the end of the day, you can't just spam this weapon. You gotta know how to use it. And then that's your strength. You know how to use this weapon. You chose the right opponent. But others people's might be that they just know how to use, they can reflexively dodge better or time the parries better. So even though you had the advantage with your knowledge, they had the advantage of practicing the base mechanics of the game, and that evens the playing field. It's tied, and that's what makes it fun, you know. And I think that's what needs to be added to MMO PvP stuff. Is like a more like a little more diversity in the way you can approach fighting each other. And I think Devil May Cry type fighting is like the perfect answer for it, in my opinion. I always thought that. I always thought the in-depth system of these games applied to a more RPG approach, dude, it would just be awesome. And there's basically classes in this game. Royal Guard, Swordmaster, Trickster, Gunmaster, all these different weapons that have their own category of combos. Like it's already there. It's insane. Is this gonna bring enemies out? No? I guess not. Okay. Let's see if the stream looks good, because my computer keeps saying that my disk space is running low, but I don't think that's true. Let's see. It might have been. Some of that might have not came out right. That sucks. I don't know why it's happening. My internet's good right now. I don't know why it's Okay. I just had to check the stream, make sure it was actually... I was waiting to just say all that crap for nothing, because I'm probably going to clip some of that and try to maybe make a video out of it or something. So I was like, hopefully that wasn't pointless. Okay. Where are we going? Damn it. I will counter you. Get up, counter. Fuck. Alright, ready? Come on! Alright. Damn it. Oh yeah, hold on. I haven't done this entire time, so I'm just gonna do it now. Let's go! Let's go! Was that it?
Come on, show me what you got.
No, hold on. Oh, he did not just hit me. That's what I get for being cocky. Isn't there a secret entrance around here somewhere? No? Maybe. Nah, okay, there was that. Oops. I don't know if I think I just muted myself, but I was trying to say he's the Dream Runner, straight out. I'm not gonna cry from the reboot. I mean, come on. He just is. Whoa, that was sick. Fuck, I saw that coming too. I want to get better at Royal Guard. I mean, those are some of the coolest videos online. It's people being good at Royal Guard, man. That's just sick. Woo! You worked out that dead son! Dante is the best freaking announcer on the game. Come on.
Up we go, I suppose. Seems like the fastest route.
My biggest regret is not getting this on the PC. Just because of mods. Like, I want to play as Virgil so bad. I don't think he's coming out as DLC for some reason. Then why is there not DLC for this game? Give me more costumes. Give me Virgil. I'll buy a season pass.
Well,
I'll pay like $30. I don't care.
What a headache.
Also, with the engine system that they're using for this game, and the what's the word? Like the stuff in the background and the assets. They have so many of them, and they're so reusable that I don't think there'd be a problem with coming out with like DLC for like Virgil of like an entirely different campaign, sort of. Because I don't think it'd be that hard to make it, like legit. All you gotta do is whoa, chill. I mean, a lot of these assets are reused, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, these are like Resident Evil assets, and they're all in the same engine, and I think it's really easy to reuse them. Especially with the setting of the city that they're using, the Broken Down City. Like, that's not that unique looking, which is one of my complaints. But because of that, the upside of that is that they can just make new levels, like, and you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. So I think they should come out with Virgil, give him his own campaign, and just like reuse some of these assets. These guys are from Devil May Cry 4, aren't they? I mean, it's not the same characters, but the idea of the shield fucking dude. Alright. No. Alright, you're all dead. I might not be getting an S rank, but you're all done. I can't remember how to do the thingy. I can't remember how to do the finisher. Oh, I'm such a scrub sometimes. Ooh, that's close. Whoa! Yo, this guy's cool. Hey, you're not cool. Get off me. The arm guys are the stupidest characters. They're not fun to fight. They're dumb looking. These guys are sick. The ones with swords. Because they feel like well, they are. They're Neo Angelo from the first game. But they have the same like fighting style, and I love that. That it's like a counter to your rebellion. It's so cool. Get off! You're the worst character. Get off of me. Dude, get my ass kicked. Niggas rebellion. Let's do this. You work on that dead son! You work on that dead son!
Show me what you got.
Whoa! I don't remember that. Dang it. One sec. You work up that dead son.
Hey, come on.
Dante. I definitely want to play. Nier is fun, but V is so unique that I want to play some V after this. To me, it just feels like a fighting game, man. I feel like I'm saying that the same way people like are like on Mortal Kombat right now. Like, oh yeah, Spawn's fun, but I kind of feel like playing some Joker, you know? That's what's so fucking cool about this shit. It's fucking... I guess because I like fighting games so much, this really appeals to me. Alright. I'm supposed to just stream it to him. He looks sick! I don't remember that pose. Him just having that pose on him. Dude, he looks cool. Look at him. Looks like he's sleeping. Is he sleeping? Dude! Have I never noticed that? I love shit like that. That's why I always liked Mario. Just change the weapon. Oh! How have I never noticed? The goggles are because of Cavalier, the motorcycle. That's sick. I like that it does that. That's hella cool. Okay. Trickster! Alright, put that shit away. Okay.
Can a guy get a break? I just woke up from a long-ass nap.
Yeah, I don't understand the time in this storyline. Was he asleep for weeks, for months? I never really got that. What the hell?
Get him, girl.
Bastards. That scared the hell out of me, man.
Get him, girl.
Crazy. I probably should heal. Does this heal you? Hold on, I actually went Discord real quick. That Discord I have? That's sick. Okay. Alright. I guess I'm just not used. I'm thinking the older Minecraft for some reason. I'm like a vital orb or whatever it's called. I'm trying to heal myself. Oh, this. Okay, so they're both boss fights, I think. This is totally a boss fight. I don't think I'm ready for this right now. I'm so on the scrub stuff right now, dude.
Oh, they're just gonna let me through. Boy, wouldn't that be the day.
Yeah, even Dante knows. That's pretty funny, man. Alright. I don't really remember how to beat this guy. It's counters, right? For this guy. Does this thing not work for counters well? The nunchucks? I thought it would. It's so quick. Maybe I'm just that bad right now. This dude is sick.
Is it Halloween already? That costume looks a little big. I thought you had better taste than that.
It's funny he knows it's Lainey. Or not Lainey.
How about
Trish.
I take it in a little?
Oh, it is later. No, true. It is true. Dante! Woo! Woo! Dude, this boss guy's sick. Oh! Woo! You work off that dead, son! Ah. Whoa! I don't remember that. Shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're powering up? Woo! You work off that death, son. Oh, fuck you, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, that's embarrassing. Damn. That sucks. Dude. You work off that dead son. Woo! The explosive finish. You think it would be an electrical bike then, now that I'm looking at that. I mean, that's so sick.